Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score. I'm your host Steve Ortman. Alongside me this week again, Brenden West.
I'm back.
He's back.
Let's do this. Let's talk some hoops. Yeah, the B team is back.
That's right. So you're right. Let's talk some hoops. Pretty big accomplishment here for the East Dubuque boys basketball team this past week. 2 players on the same night scoring their 1,000th career point.
Yeah, well, I was talking to the 2 players after, of course, Payton Heller and Layne Boyer were the 2 for East Dubuque. I was talking to them, and what's so cool about this story is, I mean, it's kind of rare to pass 1,000 points to have one player pass 1,000 points for a team in the season, let alone 2 players in one season, let alone 2 players on the same night. Definitely a special occasion for East Dubuque. I was actually able to catch up with Payton and Layne after they beat Galena 59-33, and obviously it was a very special moment for them both.
How's it feel to be a 1,000-point scorer for this school? I know this school takes a lot of pride in basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it shows a lot about tradition. We haven't had a whole lot of 1,000-point scorers until Coach Miller came. And it just shows all the hard work we put in, me and Payton included. Obviously, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The 2 guys score 1,000 on the same night. Not to mention, we got another one that's about 100 behind us.
Yeah.
I think it just shows a lot about our tradition and the players that we have and the coaching. It all comes from the coaching.
Yeah, obviously he's not only one of my teammates, but he's one of my best friends, so that kind of makes the moment a lot more special for me. And it's something that I don't know that has ever happened. If it does, very rare, so
yeah,
I'll remember that forever.
Awesome. You guys, were you guys pretty conscientious of what you guys were on the cusp of coming in, or, I mean, did that add to any of your nerves at all?
No, I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit before the game, just kind of what would happen. But I just kind of want to get it over with and keep playing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Enjoy the moment, but...
Both these players obviously have had incredible careers with East Dubuque in different ways. Payton's more of a post player for the Warriors, and Layne Boyer's kind of been a guard. Both of them can shoot the 3, though. It's an incredible senior class. They are 89-16 over the last 4.5 seasons now, including the 7-0 start to this season. Eric Miller, their coach, reflected on some of the accomplishments that this special East Dubuque senior class has been able to accomplish, and he obviously had very glowing things to say.
I mean, I think the most fitting part of it was Layne's bucket to break 1,000 was Payton. Payton could have had a layup and turned and handed it off to him to get the 1,000 points. So one guy is going for 1,000 and knows his teammate needs one bucket for 1,000 and hands it off, and he decides to pass on one he could have for his teammate to have a better one. So that really just kind of sums up how all our kids play. It's not just Layne and Payton. I mean, we've always played that way. We share the ball. We're a very balanced team. I think it's just a testament to team basketball, and I mean, these guys have been playing for 4 years. They've been playing varsity basketball a long time.
I'm sure a lot of the dedication came off the court as well. So can you talk about the kind of hard work that these players, this senior class, has put in to be able to get to this point and provide that opportunity for Payton and for Layne?
Sure. I mean, they're tireless workers. And basketball is no longer a in-season sport. It's year-round. We have very busy summer that we put in. But it's kind of been a work ethic that's been passed down. We've had a lot of other really, really good players in this program, from the Tyler McLeans to the guys on my bench. It's Tyler Hilby and Nicholas Kleesner, and even a guy doing the PA, Ben Sullivan. I mean, kids who have worked really, really hard in the past and have really passed this tradition down. And so when those guys came in as freshmen, we had a really, really good senior class go out that really taught them some good things, and it's really hard to put into words, when I've never had this before. I mean, we've had 1,000-point scorers with Tyler McLean and Alex Lang, but 3 in 1 class is pretty hard to fathom.
Yeah, no kidding.
But the one thing I think that the biggest compliment I can give all 3 of the guys, they're actually better people than they are basketball players. They're great kids. They work hard. They're good students. They're good role models. They're good community members. I mean, they're just really good kids.
Now, as if this East Dubuque class wasn't special enough, there's actually a 3rd player who's been on varsity for 4 seasons as well. We're talking, of course, about Hunter Sherman. If all things go as planned, he will also pass 1,000 points, as well as Eric Miller said, be East Dubuque's all-time assist leader. So we're talking about 3 really, really special East Dubuque players. Some really special things that have been going on for the last 3 years, but especially now, these guys are kind of seeing the fruits of their labor. And just an incredible night last week, and should be some more incredible things going on over there in Illinois. So,
and what an athlete Layne Boyer is, especially such a big part of their baseball team, and especially for the football team this fall. He was our all-area All-Area football team all-area punter. He played some quarterback, played some running back, played some wide receiver.
Yeah.
He worked the chain gang at times on the sidelines. He was handing out Gatorade, the water boy. He was doing everything.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that Coach Miller kind of said to me, he said the biggest compliment that he could really pay for these kids is they're not just great basketball players, but they're incredible people, just incredible community members, and they're very involved in a ton of aspects of East Dubuque, and they definitely do that town proud. So it's really nice to see that both of them were able to get commemorated on the same night like that.
All right, definitely shaping up to be another big season for the East Dubuque boys basketball team. They've been good for so many years now under Eric Miller, and it's looking like it's going to be another big season for them. Anyway, that is going to do it for this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score. I'm your host, Steve Ortman, alongside Brendan West. We will see you next week.
All about that East Dubuque flavor.